quickly. All right, very good. Hi, my name is Kurt Getzinger. Welcome to our live broadcast today with Tom Luke, with Luke Direct Marketing. We're going to talk a little bit about Facebook advertising and especially about what has happened with this big announcement with Facebook and how they're changing the algorithms, especially with dealing with advertising. So my name is Kurt Getzinger. I'm with Omaha Advertising. Tom and I have presented together on a number of occasions.
Yep.
And anyway, yeah. So let's start with this first thing. What is this all about, Tom?
Well, at the end of last week, Facebook announced that they would be changing how the newsfeed algorithm works. And, you know, they're really going back to the core of what Facebook was developed for, and that was to bring people closer together to their friends and family. So they're going to prioritize those types of posts and get rid of some of the other posts from your newsfeed that maybe you don't want to see and maybe are clogging up your newsfeed. So, you know, they are going to prioritize the posts from your friends and family. And I can just summarize a little bit. You really just want your content to be thoughtful and inspiring and thought-provoking. If somebody posts that get a long reply, if somebody types out a long reply to your post, that'll get better priority. Recorded videos will get a little bit less priority. A lot of people just find themselves scrolling on Facebook, but really just kind of, you know, ignoring the content. And so they really want to get away from that. They really want to only show each individual on your timeline the posts that really inspire you. So they're going to try to remove that scrolling aspect, and they consider that bad. So those long and thoughtful replies are what it's all about now.
So what do we do as pages, business pages? Do we, I mean, how does this really affect us as far as businesses?
Yeah, the first thing I would say is the most important thing on the ad side, if you do a Facebook ad, that this change on the newsfeed is not affecting our ads. So that's the first thing I would, you know, say to people is don't panic. The way that the ads work, the way that we're able to target very well and use custom audiences, that's all still very relevant and really still works very well. Doing all the split tests, you know, all that stuff, none of that is affected. It's just, you know, what individuals on their personal timelines are going to see. So there are some challenges for businesses, you know, to be seen. And, you know, I would just say, you know, you want your quality, the content quality to be improved as much as possible. So you are that thought-provoking post, even if you are a business.
That makes sense. Now, there's an emphasis for live videos. Facebook Live.
Right.
Yeah, which we're doing today.
Yeah, right. What we're doing right now, Facebook Live, without a doubt, is still the best way to connect to your followers. And the reason it's the best is it sends a notification out. When you go live like we're doing right now on Facebook, it's notifying all your followers that you're doing a live event. You know, I did yesterday, you know, do a post saying that we would be live today and what we would, both Kurt and I did, that, you know, we would be doing this so people could prepare. So it's good to, you know, give notice that you're going to be doing a live event. You know, there was a lot of fear around this newsfeed change, so I thought this was a good topic for us to talk about today.
Yeah. So when you talk about that, though, so what what does it really mean to create high quality content for Facebook?
Well, you know, you want the best possible words. You know, I have two different writers that write posts for businesses. I have them write them because they do clever and engaging content. So making sure the words that you're promoting, whether you're doing an image with the copy or whether you're doing a video, you want it to be clever and engaging so that people want to read your post. So making that experience the best that you can for people is what's going to stand out and be shown for businesses on timelines on their news feeds.
Well, and that brings up another point, because they came out a few weeks back where that Facebook was going to start working away from what's called clickbait. It's you've seen these, share these now. If you like this, share, and they have little emojis, and so what would you say? How do you create that conversation? How do you create that engagement?
Well, as far as clickbait, definitely they're going to score that low. Clickbait is bad, so as a business, again, you don't want to ask people, hey, share this post and I'll give you this, or like this post and share it and comment and tell 12 of your friends and I'll do this for you. Those types of clickbait posts are considered bad now, and
thank goodness.
Yeah.
They're kind of obnoxious, so I'm really kind of glad that they're doing that.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of our local news is doing it. And it's kind of I'm sorry to interrupt this,
no,
but really,
please.
I see a lot of, especially news pages,
Yeah.
who do it, and they put these, so how do you feel about this? And then, they put the little angry face. And
Sure.
Honestly, you're a news service?
Yeah.
Present the news. I mean, we're following you on social media. Present the news. So
Right.
I'm super glad about that. I mean, I'll forgive some business pages if it's related to their industry,
Sure.
but if it's just obnoxious, so that is cool. I'm glad that you did it too.
I have a horse hobby, and I can tell you there's at least 3 or 4 clickbaits a week that I see to give away horse products. So a lot of industries use it a lot. That's going to get very low priority now. All of this stuff that they're saying is bad, they'll still allow, they just won't show it a lot. It's kind of like, one of the things that I see broken, a Facebook rule in general, that I see broken the most, being a Facebook expert, is still the 20% rule on images. Yeah. Having more than 20% of the area or the coverage area of your image covered with words, they automatically won't show that as much as if you don't have that there. So these are all things that they're going to give low priority. It doesn't mean that they'll ban you from the page necessarily. Yeah. You just won't get shown on the news feeds.
And you won't be able to advertise it. If you, from an advertising standpoint too, right. So if you have more, if to just kind of explain further about that 20%, imagine your image. If more than 20% of the square inches or whatever of that image has text on it, Facebook will bump you out and say, you're not going to promote this post.
Yeah,
so that's
we're
something
just not going to show it to a lot of people because it breaks our rules.
Well, and to take that to video too. So even with this live video, so we put it up here and we add a thumbnail, which a lot of people do after they've published it.
Right.
If that has a lot of text in it too, you won't be able to promote it.
Exactly. So I'm sure you can all see that behind us, is a clear area. There's no words there. I don't have a sign of my business logo behind me for that reason. Mm-hmm. So when we're done with this, we can save this as a video and boost it on Facebook. And so it is important we don't have that copy in the first frame of the video.
That's right. Or a thumbnail that you upload.
Right.
And so another thing we'll also do with this, and I encourage all my clients when they do a video, either live or recorded, is when you take the time to produce that, either live or recorded, post it at other places. Post it to Instagram. Maybe this is too long for Instagram, but post it to YouTube, of course, and also then post that on your website. Get it out to as many places as you can.
Yeah, when you do a live video like this, once you save it when you're done to your timeline, you can download it and use that video in any other medium that you see appropriate for your business.
And that could be a whole topic that we talk about some days. How to, on the back end, how do you get this video? So you produce this content. How can you download it to your computer and then upload it to the other places?
Right.
So I've also heard a few people. I'm part of this group called Social Media Standouts. It's a nice group. We have a lot of vibrant conversation, and a number of other groups. But this one, I heard people talking about groups. Now that this is happening, should you create a Facebook group for your business or organization?
If your business if it makes sense for your business to invite people into a group, one of my clients is Schulzberg Creamery. Creating a cheese club group is a benefit. But when this newsfeed change was announced, one of the things that was announced with it was that they would be giving priority to groups. And over the last, probably 6 months, they've been improving how the group pages work and how you can advertise and make those work better for the group followers as well. So definitely now is the time if you've been wanting to do a group and it makes sense for your business. I belong to Facebook groups. I belong to lots of different types of groups, to support my marketing efforts. So, but yes, definitely groups are going to be given more priority again.
And so, but with groups, I think that's a conversation we can kind of have a little bit too. A group, yes, it's inclusive. Yes, everybody receives notifications, but it also allows your base to push out notifications. So when they post to your group, everybody in the group sees it. Is that correct?
Right.
Unless you moderate it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and the settings, you can change the settings for the group and how things are done on the group. So those are individual choices based on the type of group that it is, whether it's an open membership or you have to be an approved member to be part of the group. So there's a lot of variables. But just know for this video that they're going to give more priority to group pages now.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, group pages.
Yeah,
Group.
a group is just like a business page.
For those people who don't know what a group is, because I always, when I meet a new client, especially if they're not familiar with social media, but they know the importance, everybody's told them, and they're starting to understand that they have to have a presence. Sometimes people will, especially if they're trying to set up themselves, they create a personal profile for their business, which goes against Facebook terms and conditions. That said, I'm just because this happens to me all the time. A person will come to me and we're on Facebook, but it's actually so and so's company as the name, but it's a personal profile, which is different.
Right.
And again, that goes against Facebook term and conditions. There is a very easy way for you to convert that over to a page. And the benefits for a page are outstanding. Yeah. Not only do you not have to, so if a person wants to connect with you, they don't have to send you a friend request, because a friend request is a commitment. I mean, there's something about that still in this thing.
Yeah, personal pages you want to keep personal. Yeah. But if you're a celebrity and you have a personal page as a celebrity, you don't want the same rules to apply to that, and that's why they don't want people to. If you're a business or you're the type of person that is a celebrity or a well-known figure, you want to be treated as a business.
Yes, that's right. And there's a lot, and I know a number of celebrities who do have personal profiles who might actually have a different name on there, but that's the way they can still get their Facebook fix. And engage with their people, but they don't. They're not. But the general public can't find them.
Right. Yeah. So we, on Facebook, you have a personal page that can be private for your personal life. Yes. You have a business page which promotes your business, and you have a group page which is a group of people that have a similar interest that you can maybe give them more than the average person. So maybe there's a special benefits that you're going to offer to a group because they've signed up for a class of yours or something like that. So
and I actually have a professional page for Kurt Getzinger myself, and I have my personal, what I call a profile. That's my small network, my handful of friends that I really do keep in touch with, regularly. So that's I figure there's three different. There's the personal profile. It's just terminology. Personal profile, personal profile, business page, which can be you as an individual, or for instance, I have a couple of elected officials who have their own page under their name, and then you have groups.
Right. I just call them all pages.
Yeah.
It's just different types of places.
Terminology.
Or addresses on Facebook.
Yeah. So, okay, do we hear a lot of things coming up here about they're gearing up for Messenger and some of the chat bots? I have no idea. That's his wheelhouse. Tom understands. Tom is an expert in two things that I can't even wrap my brain around. I don't have time for it, and that's why I'm really glad to partner with you on some of these. But chatbots, what is a chatbot?
Yeah. Well, Facebook in 2018 and starting last year in 2017, they're trying to get businesses to use Messenger to communicate with customers. So maybe you buy something online and through Messenger you get, a thank you from those people. Now, a chatbot is simply a way to create a dialogue in Messenger where maybe you ask a series of questions, and based on their answer, it's an if-then. So if I answer yes to this question, then I get the next question. If I answer no, I go a different direction.
Okay.
So it's a way, and one of the companies that stands out to help with that is ManyChat. Right now is the one that I've been trying to learn more about. But using Facebook Messenger allows you to communicate in a way that we haven't been able to directly before.
That'll be interesting. So, but it's through your Messenger box on the bottom of if you're on a browser, it's on the bottom right. That's where you're engaging with that page as if you're having a chat with a human being, but it's kind of using a simple form of AI.
Right. It is kind of closer to that, I think.
Yeah.
Even now, like when I do ads for businesses, one of the options when you go through and create an ad is, do you want to display this ad in Messenger? So,
Really?
it is going to be another revenue source for Facebook as well. So they want to get people, so you want to, and if you look at the post that the businesses are putting out, a lot of the posts now have a messenger, message this business now. Mm-hmm. They'll be say message them. If you do that, then they get your basically your address and they can communicate with you. So it's just a better way to communicate online through this platform.
So that's a powerful, if you think about that, that's a super powerful tool for your business. Because you're getting their information, which you then can start using to target advertising. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a different type of advertising, like you said, where it's closer to, really asking a series of questions and creating a real dialogue with a business or a consumer if you're direct to consumer.
Yeah.
Where there isn't any other advertising platform where you're able to go back and forth with them right now.
So a chatbot then, is this answering questions? So if I go to Luke Direct Marketing page and I say, hey, I would like to learn more about direct mail, for instance, because I know you have a huge, long background in direct mail. So would it learn what to say, or do you have to program answers in for it?
It's basically you have to, create a dialogue, a program dialogue, and based on their answers where you say, you give them a yes-no opportunity to answer either way. Then based on how they answer your question, then you send the next question.
Wow.
So it's really a series of questions you're putting out based on how they answer that question. And then finally, you either qualify them as a lead or you don't.
So it's kind of like when I ask my daughters and I say, hey, what do you want for dinner? And they're not paying attention at all to me. And they'll just say, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
No, they're actually, so it's actually giving a real answer.
I don't think, yeah, whatever is going to be one of the answers. But if they say yes, then you say, would you like chicken or would you like steak?
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So that's the way you
and then if you say steak, then you say, well, would you like your steak rare, medium rare, or well done?
Okay. Oh, okay. So you can lead a conversation through chat box.
Right. And then if they say well done in your Omaha steaks, and you just say, well, then we have these steaks for you.
Wow. Which then they would click over to their website, right?
Right.
And make a purchase.
To learn more.
Wow. That is important.
Yeah.
So you're not really fooling them like they're sitting there talking live with a chat person. Or, I mean, there is...
It's just like we would message each other back and forth, only it's kind of a dialogue that's already been programmed.
So I'm going to go off a little bit, but so does that work then with the Messenger app on our phones?
Yes.
So you have on your phones or your mobile devices, you have the Facebook application for yourself and your use. There's also a page manager if you're managing your business page.
Right.
And then you have to install the Messenger. Hopefully, maybe someday they'll merge them all together. but or not.
Yeah.
But can you use chatbots with that Messenger app?
Yeah, and in fact, the Messenger app on our phone is mainly where that you're going to see those.
Oh,
Not
okay.
necessarily on desktop, because most of the ads that we do now are mobile ads. So most people are communicating or looking at things on their iPad or iPhones versus desktop now. So most of the tests that I run are mobile. Messenger is more of a mobile device. So
this could be really big when you had like specific, like almost like you could add frequently answered questions or frequently asked questions. So you can almost put your FAQs in there and then lead them over to your site to maybe learn more or purchase.
Yeah, I would just say it's more like qualifying an individual that you've already gotten some communication with for a product or service. So through a series of chatbot questions, you qualify that person just like you would on a form online, but you do it through Messenger through a series of questions. And then if they answer the right questions the right way, then they're a good applicant to buy your product or service.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that. It's not Big Brother. It's really is. It's kind of. It really is setting up kind of a customer service and sales.
It's a sales opportunity to generate leads.
Okay. So I might have to embrace that. I'll probably hire you to do it, but I need to.
We'll do it together.
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's just going to evolve. Mark my words, this is one we'll see evolve a lot.
So I get asked a lot, and I have a number of my clients who have really embraced Facebook, and it's really cool to see it because they had Facebook presence, most of them. I've been with most of my clients who I get stay with me for years. And anyway, so it's kind of cool to see the evolution where not only they're like, all right, we'll have a Facebook presence, but then we post something and they're like, wow, I actually have feedback. I have them asking questions. I have them,
and that's what you want.
Sending messages to us. Yeah, I know it drives me crazy. As an admin on one of my clients' page, to see the messages where there's 24 messages. And I just saw that recently. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody needs to get back to these people.
Right.
People are we're Americans. We're spontaneous. When we want to make that sale, we want to do it now. So,
right.
But anyway, it's kind of cool to see the evolution of them embracing it. First hesitant to social media, then embracing it, and then really like, I'm going to boost this thing, and they can see for a small investment, that post that they put up there, maybe it's a product for sale or a service that they offer, and they boost it to their followers or whoever. So maybe you tell us just a brief thing about boosting posts.
Well, probably one of the best ways to combat this change, this newsfeed algorithm change, is to not only create a good quality post with relevant, engaging, clever copy, but also a nice image or a video. And if you do that, then the next logical step is to boost that post. So for most of my clients, I'm boosting a lot of their posts daily. And the reason I do that is to get better engagement. So when you boost, you could boost for $1, $5, however much money. I don't generally boost for a lot of money. Yeah. It's more, dollars. And if I'm going to use a lot of money, then I create an ad because the targeting on boosting versus creating an ad is different. It's not as extensive when you boost. But I most often boost to lookalike audiences. So if on page, and that works best. So that would be my one tip. If you're boosting, create a lookalike audience and boost to your lookalike audience. And that works very well.
Kind of explain what a lookalike audience is.
So on Facebook, there's different types of custom audiences. Mm-hmm. So, and again, this is what makes Facebook stand out, as far as social platforms, is not only can you target on basic information, demographics, psychographics, and interests, but you can create what they call custom audiences. So you can create a lookalike audience, which they'll look at all of your however many followers, and they'll find the people that look just like those people with the same attributes, and create an audience of those people that then you can use to target your ads to or boost a post to. So, I've been boosting posts a lot for my clients to lookalike audiences, and I can tell you I see a big difference in the amount of engagement they get. So that is my one best tip today. If you're going to combat this, create that lookalike audience and use that for your boosting efforts.
That's a really, you bring up a really good point too there. Okay, so back to this change. How's it going to affect our businesses? Because a lot of my clients have spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of energy to build their pages and to to really get their followers. So how does this change in Facebook rule? How does this affect them?
There was a lot of panic, on Facebook about this, but the reality is, I think a very small, 6% of businesses are really boosting at this point.
Yes.
So if you weren't doing it before, you probably weren't getting good engagement already. So it's not going to affect you because you really didn't have anything to affect going on.
Which, can I interject? So before Facebook went public, if you had a business page, and you posted, you could get 20-25% of your followers see your post in their timeline. They went public, not there's a direct connection, but kind of. Anyway, and it really pushed it towards advertising, that you had to boost your posts.
Right.
So now we're down to about, before this announcement,
2 to 6%.
2 to 6%. That's if you just post regularly. And again, I've had clients who, there's some that there's there's no decisions made by committee. Anyway, so they don't boost their posts. But if you don't now, why even post?
Well, unless you have a good post,
Yeah.
You might not want to. Like I said, we use writers, but
Yes.
even if you're posting every day and you boost a post for $2 a day, you're looking at $60 a month.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It's nothing.
That is,
If you compare that to an ad in a publication
Oh my
or
gosh.
whatever, it still is very inexpensive and better to do that. So, let's just be real about this, in that sense that even if I was doing $5 a day and you would get super engagement that way, you want to post, when you have something decent to engage with your target market. You don't want to just put stuff up, random stuff up. That they won't show that anymore.
Yeah. Make it worthy.
Because they'll think that is boring and not engaging. And they know every one of your followers' history of engagement, like how often, what things they like, what things they click on. So they only show it to the people they believe really want to see that post.
Yeah.
It's very complicated algorithm.
And speaking of advertising, the cost of this is ridiculous. I mean, it's so cheap. Facebook advertising is still. I say just try it. It's so easy to boost posts, to see how they work. But I encourage you one thing, if you really are curious to see how it compares, call your local radio station, television station, and newspaper, and just say, hey, can you send me a rate card or give me some data on your advertising rates?
Right.
I mean, a one-column inch ad in many large newspapers is hundreds of dollars now.
Right.
One ad, and who's reading the newspaper? So Facebook, it's very effective, very important, but it's part of that, and this is one thing, it's part of that marketing mix. You can't put all of your eggs in one basket. You don't want to do all of your promotions through Facebook. Spread them out. The only thing that I have not seen any success with, and I might go back and change this after I try it a few more times, but Twitter advertising is not working for me. I have for my clients. So we'll see if they will start retooling their advertising. But yeah, consider trying the Facebook out, especially if you're on a limited budget or you're just not seeing a lot of engagement.
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times, what I tell my clients is, if whatever I'm posting on Facebook or whatever video, they can use that in email, they can use it on LinkedIn. It just depends on, whether you're direct to consumer, direct to, business to business, your type of company, and whether you're selling a product or a service, as to how that would work for you.
Well, and because we work with business, we are business to business. That's a different thing. But
right.
if you have a restaurant, when there's this one restaurant here in town, they are the perfect case study. We should go and meet with them and just say, give us a week. I guarantee if they hire us for 1 week, I won't say their name, but when I meet with you, I'm going to tell you who it is. But if they gave us a week to go in there, shoot some amazing photos and videos, and make some really engaging content, and then boost it properly,
yeah, you'll get a lot of engagement that way.
And when you think about things that you need every day, those goods and services you need every day, those are the lowest hanging fruit for Facebook posts and for boosting.
Yeah, consumer oriented is real easy. Food products are the best, on Facebook. So use those types of businesses, target those if you will. But consistency is important, whether you're doing email, whether you're doing Facebook.
Yes.
Allowing yourself to get followers, to consistently stay in front of those people. Eventually they trust you, and then when they're ready for your product or service, they think of you first. So that's kind of how I look at marketing, and that's why consistency is important. Once you have consistency, then try to up your quality of that content as much as possible.
And really, it is about staying engaged and getting a feel for your customers. You might have a business where you have face-to-face relations with these customers, but build it out further. And start engaging with their networks too. Right. It's fascinating. What else can you think of today?
Well, I'll just summarize and say, don't panic over these changes. Yeah. We've been down this road before. There are always ways and techniques and things that we can do to still engage with still a small return on investment compared to other types of mediums on Facebook. So, we're still doing very well for our clients here. Yes. and growing their businesses. So I definitely wanted to address that. If you don't have a posting strategy, I do offer a posting strategy session, a 1-hour class for businesses that I can very quickly teach you all the do's and don'ts around posting and what you need to be doing to be successful in how you engage. Connect with me.
Yeah.
We are going to also, one of the reasons that Kurt and I are partnering up here today and in the future is we're going to be bringing, social videos to all of our clients.
Yeah.
So our goal is to be able to provide you with good quality video for a lesser amount of money that you can use socially and then use whatever else, other medium as well. So if you need, video, which we all do right now, connect with Kurt or I on that as well, and we can, help you in that area.
And it used to be cost prohibitive to create video. It's not. We carry in our pockets the most powerful camera that has been around ever, and they're getting better every time.
We're on my iPhone Live right now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. So play with it. If you do need help, let us know. I'm excited for the future of... when I first heard it, I have to come back to what the announcer was like, oh man, panic. I wouldn't call it that bad, but I was like, this could be a game changer for my clients. After speaking with Tom, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think they just need to become a little bit more savvy, but especially in the creative content. Where
maybe it's an opportunity.
I think it is, because the other businesses that have a Facebook page, if they're not creating creative content, if they're not replying and getting back, they're going to be losing out. So this is an opportunity. Glass half full. All right.
Thank you so much, Kurt.
Yep. Be sure to make a comment if you can. Let us know what you think. If there's any other topics that you'd like to hear, Tom and I intend to do these on a regular basis, probably weekly. We're both kind of up to our eyebrows in client work right now, but that's a good problem to have. But if you have any comments, please mark them below. Also like this video. That helps us out a lot. And share it. Please, we're not clickbaiting. We're just we're encouraging you, please. So,
And feel free to contact us if you have any questions.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for everybody who was on today.
Yeah, appreciate it.
See you next time.
Thank you.